Hi everyone, and welcome to our Q&A session with the writer and producer of Transgressing movie, Enni, and the director, Alessandro. So,
Hello.
how are you?
Hi everyone.
Good?
Not very bad. Enjoying the sun in England.
Oh, you're lucky. We don't have sun here in London, but yeah, maybe tomorrow. Let's start. And to everyone, you can send us your questions, so we'll ask them. In the meantime, I'll ask some questions we already have. And the first question is for Enni. So, Enni, when was the first time you had an idea of developing Sonia's character? And why do you think it's still relevant even after almost 200 years after Dostoevsky had written Crime and Punishment?
So for the first time, I started to work with the adaptation of Crime and Punishment when I was doing my master's degree in Edinburgh. And my major project was a full-length screenplay adapted from Crime and Punishment. And it was a modern version. And although the protagonist in my feature film was the same as in the novel, the main male character Raskolnikov, I still really loved the female character Sonia, and then I thought that she's not very much paid attention to overall, so I started to look more into it, and then I thought it would be good to have her personal story told just from her perspective, not the whole novel. And that's how idea came to my mind. And then I started to do a PhD, and I just chose Sonia as a character to write about in my PhD thesis. And overall, I'm constantly telling everyone that Dostoevsky is very international and very modern writer. Although he was Russian writer writing in 19th century about 19th century Russia, but he was a very good psychologist in understanding human nature, different topics of morality, and I think many of those topics are still living in our days. So I think this story is still relevant, and I found many current stories of young people in Britain who can be somehow connected to that old Russian novel.
Yeah, I can agree. Thank you. And so the next question is for Alessandro. Alessandro, what is the main challenge you are facing as a director while working on this movie?
Enni, clearly the producer is the biggest challenge. Have you ever worked with a producer that is also the writer? Turns out to be, no, I'm joking. It's been actually quite fun to be able to discuss creative ideas and compare visions, because obviously Enni has her own vision being the writer, and I had to create my own vision because that's what we're making. And there's always been a very fine line to walk upon. In terms of challenges of making this film, there's so many. It's such a delicate topic to touch. It's such a difficult thing to discuss. And there's not that much material out there that talks about, virginity auctions or if you want to go into detailed sex work and stuff like that. It's uncomfortable to discuss. So the challenge here will be to be able to relate to people, to the audience, humanly, so that they don't feel like this is just a documentary or this is just a lesson of life. It's a genuine, empathetic story of a real person that we can all relate to.
Yeah, and in the meantime, do you think, for you, is it different to tell a story from a female protagonist perspective?
Female protagonist, Yeah, very.
That's a tough question because, to be honest, I was first searching for a female director for this film, and then Alessandro came in and I interviewed him, and then he just
With me,
was the
very
closest to
feminine.
my vision. Story.
The great feminine side to me. I've got a hidden woman inside my head talking. I hope I do. I hope I do, because that would help a lot understanding emotions, especially, or lack of understanding, and more to do with how to embrace emotion and how emotion affects choices. But I don't know. It's a good exercise, I suppose. I like the idea of. I like that challenge. I like the fact that I have to be able not to think as I would think, and also it's very great to have somebody like Hannah, the lead for Sonia, and our DOP Jackie on board, because they will help me understand those things that might not be as straightforward for me.
Yeah. And Alessandro, speaking about Hannah, I know that you already met her in person while filming the teaser. I just wanted to ask if it's so how different is it to work online and offline while developing the character?
Well, so far we've only had online, so it's hard to say. It's been really great. I suppose we got all used to talk on Skype or on Teams or Zoom or whatever, and to a level, a lot can be achieved. Just like now, we're having a conversation. We can debate stuff. We can discuss stuff. I think when it'll come to body language, I think is the most difficult. And a film camera can really capture a lot about body language and blocking and movement, something that you can't rehearse, you can't play with while you're on the phone, because it's never going to be the same. It's not going to. I mean, during the casting sessions, I was really struggling seeing the eyes of the actors, and I couldn't tell what they were telling the camera, while a proper camera would have seen straight through their eyes, straight through their emotions, while a little computer camera on Skype with the bit rate that you get was really, really difficult job to do. But I'm looking forward to in-person sessions. It would be very different.
I'm sorry, Alessandro, you had to go through all these challenging castings online. I just wanted to add a point here that we were running casting for the main part for Sonia for I think it was almost 4 months. It was the biggest casting in my life. It was amazing because we had more than 600 applications from around the UK. That's how many actresses wanted to portray this character. And in the end, it was really challenging to make a choice, because we were in the end with several amazing actresses. All of them, like each of them could have created Sonia. We just needed to choose one because we couldn't have like 4 or 5. Yeah, and so far I'm really happy with the actress we've chosen with Hannah. So really looking forward to see what Alessandro will do with her as soon as we will be on set.
Yeah, thank you. And speaking about challenges, so question to you both: what do you think is the main challenge of as an independent filmmaker during COVID times? I know that there are a lot, but maybe something that is the toughest.
Well, for me, the toughest is that I cannot predict anything. Usually, producer of the film is planning everything, has a schedule, and knows exactly what is happening when. With this project, we have already postponed it for 2 times. We first planned to shoot it in October 2020. Then we postponed it because of COVID to February this year, because we thought, oh, by February the COVID will be gone, we will be fine. But it didn't happen, as we know. So in December we postponed it again from February to June, and we are quite looking forward to it and quite hopeful that in June we will be able to shoot. Although we will still have restrictions, I hope that they will a little bit they will be lifted a little bit by that time, but we'll still need to think about many things which usually normal productions before COVID stuff were not thinking about, like putting on masks, having social distancing as much as we can, not mixing a lot of crew and cast members from different households, trying to find extras from one household. The more of them are living together, the better. And sanitizing our hands constantly, and like all of this we were never thinking before. And this will be my first COVID time production, so for health and safety, we're going to follow the guidelines we have for filming right now. We're going to have professional COVID supervisor on set. So all of this is challenging because it takes more time to prepare. But on the other hand, because we had more time for pre-production, which we're doing online now at the moment, we used this time quite great, I think. Yes, Alessandro, what do you think about this?
It's been very useful to have more time, to be fair. It's been nice to go through, and we certainly elevated the script and the film preparation far more than we would have. Yeah, you know, you don't get usually to spend that much time on a short film, but it's starting to really be a long time now. And while I don't see that as a negative, it's more like I really need to get it done. I want to see the film, and I'm desperate to go out and shoot it. I'm desperate to go out and shoot anything really, but specifically this. And it's been a pleasure to be able to do a little teaser that some of you might have seen on our crowdfunding campaign, or at least part of it. There's going to be a bit more to come. And COVID safe scenario was nice and easy. We kept it easy and small, and it was really refreshing to be able to work with Hannah and be able to bring something home. But truly, truly looking forward to the actual shoot.
Yeah.
Me too. I can't imagine how much.
Yeah, I think we all are waiting for the film and really excited to see how it's going to be in the end. And that's why I wanted to ask you, so what do you think could be the biggest achievement of the film after it's released? Maybe it's a tricky one, but still, yeah. Just in general.
Biggest achievement.
Yeah.
You know, from the moment when I approached every single person which is so far in the crew or cast of the film, be that Hannah playing Sonia, or Alessandro, the director, or Jackie, the DOP, or Dan, the production designer, Johan, the composer, to each of them I was telling, you need to make the best film you've ever made in your life before. And my favorite phrase to them is, no pressure, but I want you to win BAFTA for this film. So I'm telling it to every single one of them. And I think if we will all go with this approach to make the best film possible, the film will be really big achievement to all of us. So that's what I think.
Yeah, there's definitely that. Personally, the biggest result would be if, like we think it might, half of the people will have a feeling about the film and a feeling about, and either agree with the film, and then the other half will disagree. And if there's going to be a debate, if there's going to be a bit of controversy about it, that would make me really happy, because it means that we sparked a dialogue. We sparked an opportunity to dig into something that people otherwise wouldn't talk about.
That's a great point, Alessandro. I agree with you completely. So, yeah, there is a chance that some people would completely disagree with what Sonia did in the end, and some people will understand her. And yeah, if at film festivals people will be arguing about our film, that would be amazing. And overall, I remember me and Alessandro were discussing a bit the topic of the film, and Alessandro pointed that nowadays there are so many different films looking into different social issues, different morality questions, different social injustice situations, but we don't see that much conversations about student sex workers. I mean, I've seen a BBC documentary about it, but I think that's it. I read the research about it, but the common people are not discussing this topic, and most of them don't even know what's going on in the country. People whom I was telling the statistics of the research that 5% of British students are doing sex work to support their studies and life during university studies, people are really surprised, like as if it's impossible, but it's our life. That's what's happening, and we want to talk about it. We don't want to.
Yeah, and on this topic, so the tagline of the film is "What is the price of innocence?" Do you think if the film is given the answer to this? So,
Alessandro?
I didn't catch it. Sorry. Do I think what?
so the tagline is "What is the
Yeah,
price
yeah.
of innocence?" Do you think that the film is given the answer, or it's still not that straightforward?
That's a good question. I think in order to debate this, you'd have to have watched the film. You have to have read the script list. So those of following that haven't seen the film yet, because obviously we haven't made it yet, be able to converse to this. I don't think the film gives the answer directly, although there is a sort of practical answer to it, but I don't think that's the answer. I think the answer is a lot deeper and is something to do with the choice that the protagonist makes. The choice of what she makes is the loss of innocence more than what she gets back from what she does. So taking that choice, making that decision is really what we should be looking. And what I'm hoping for is that there will be different opinions on how to look at the choice being made, whether it's going to be about is the right thing, or is the wrong thing, or is the necessary thing, or there should have been other options. So I'm really looking forward to that kind of conversation, to be honest.
Yeah, that's great. And the last
I wonder if anyone else has questions. I see we have a number of people watching us.
Yeah,
So I'm curious if anyone else has any questions, John.
If there are any questions.
You can text us if you want while Evgenia asks something else.
Yes, so one question, the last from me, but still. We already have 70 contributors to the crowdfunding campaign. So, yeah, what would you like to say to them and to people who want to contribute and participate and become the part of the team in future?
That's a good question. And yeah, we are, is probably everyone who watches us knows, because we're putting this information everywhere we can. We're now running a crowdfunding campaign to support the production of the film, because unfortunately, to make a good film, you need a lot of money. Even if many people on this production are working almost for free or just for paid expenses, still we need a really good equipment. We need to rent locations. We need to do production design. We will be building actually half of the locations we will be building and creating specially for this film. So it all costs money, and that's why we started this crowdfunding campaign. Although we have already half of the budget, we still need more. And I was completely overwhelmed by the reaction of people who are supporting us, because, yeah, we've raised 20% of the goal in the first week, and we had 70 different donations and contributions. And many people are not even asking any perk in return of their generosity. They're just giving us money because they believe in us, or they believe in this topic, this film. They want to support the film. And I'm completely amazed. I love every single person who made contribution, whether it is £1 or we had a contribution of £1,000. So I'm really very, very grateful, and I hope we'll have more people joining us. And it's not only about the amount of money which people are giving, because I understand in the current situation not everyone can afford to invest money in the film. It's about amount of people who care about making this project, because even if someone donates £1 or £2, they show that they care. And this is very important for us, because we see that people want to watch this film. And this is the main reason of us making the film, to have the audience to watch it. So I'm very happy so far how the crowdfunding is going. I'm very grateful to every single person, and I'm telling it to all of them personally whenever I can. And I hope more people would come, and together we'll make this amazing film. So I invite everyone to join us in this amazing journey. Alessandro, anything to add?
No, that was great. That was great. I agree, and as I said, I can't wait to be able to talk with people about about the film, about the story, about the characters, about the choice, and the more people will be involved. So, like you said, having so many, not only contributors, but people that does share the campaign, or share the message, or the fact that we are making this production, even just that, it's fascinating, and I can't wait to be able to discuss and hear what people thinks. It's all a game of opinion, this is, and I'm looking forward to hear people's opinions.
Yeah, and we even have this amazing perk, which is called early bird screening, where we're going to show the film, not 100% locked, maybe even, to the contributors who chose this perk. And we will be willing to have their opinion as our first test audience. And if it will be possible, if we agree, we might even make some changes for the film. So I think it's quite exciting to be able to watch the film among the first people.
Very much. Just like in Hollywood.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing the film, and actually that's really amazing that it's happening. Do you have anything else to say to our great people?
we have a very we have a very shy audience.
Thank you.
Francie just said that sounds awesome. Thank you very much, Francie. Thank you for your support.
It's gonna.
I don't know actually what to say. You can go, if you haven't yet seen our YouTube video. We have 2 seasons of Creators in Conversation. We made a tiny online Skype web series. The first season is just me and Alessandro sitting and talking about the film. It's on our YouTube channel, so you can go there and watch if you haven't already. We're giving a bit more information about the project there. And then the second season, I'm having conversation with Hollywood actor and singer Jonathan Jackson, who is supporting our project. I cannot tell you yet how he is supporting, because this will be revealed this Friday. But if you are curious to listen, we talk about Dostoevsky, about how modern he is, about how important to read his novels, about Sonia as a character, and Jonathan says quite nice words about our script which he read. So yeah, you can watch those 2 seasons if you are interested. Francis said, what inspired you to make the movie? Oh, you came a bit later. I was telling this in the beginning. Yeah, you missed exactly. Maybe you can watch the recording, and I'm answering your question there. But overall, I have this idea that Dostoevsky, as I said, is very modern, and I actually have several ideas of adapting his works into modern days, because I can literally see what I'm reading in this old novel on the pages. I can see it happening in our days. Unfortunately, many people are staying the same. Hundreds of years are passing, and we're not changing. So I want to join Dostoevsky in spreading the word about some changes we as people and society around us should have. So this is what basically I want to do with this film.
It's true. It's a good point. That is. It's a big deal of history. The fact that we don't learn from our mistakes, and in a way, there is a massive treaty, a social treaty that Dostoevsky did, and we haven't even started debating the problem, like as a society, which I find fascinating.
I wanted to say that I hope we will make the film. No, I'm sure we'll make the film, and I'm even sure that it will be a successful film, which people will be talking about. I just wanted to say that I have this idea of making a sequel of this film, which will be a feature film and which will continue the story of Sonia, but it will be a feature-length film, low budget indie film, and I really hope to deal well with this story and then continue working with it later, together with collaborators I have on this production.
Looking forward to see where that goes.
Yeah, sounds really exciting. Amazing. I think if we don't have any other questions, we can say bye to everyone and thanks for joining our live. And another question. When the teaser comes out? That's a good one.
Yeah, the question. So we actually really wanted to release it today, but we decided to make some changes. It's actually almost ready. We just decided that we want to change some nice bits of it, and it is connected with music a lot. So we're now working hard to finish it and release it next week. The teaser is just one scene from the screenplay, because we were choosing some scene where we need just one actress, because at the moment we have only Hannah confirmed with us on board. So we were searching the scene where only she is present, and something which we can easily shoot without any particular hard locations on the street. And there was one scene which is quite emotional, and I hope it will tease you a little bit when you watch it, because hopefully you will be interested. Oh my God, what happened? What? Yeah. So I'm teasing you for the teaser, but teaser will come next week, definitely.
It's I'm looking forward to see Anna in action. Obviously, I've seen the teaser, but I'm looking forward to see her in the film. I think she's going to blow us all away. She's going to be incredible. And the teaser shows a little start of that. Anyway, Anna, Enni, you're too honest. You should have gone to. Oh, our teaser is planned to come out next week, and it's everything going to plan.
No, I'm just because we didn't have any deadline for teaser. We just made it to show people, yeah, and because we want to make something good, although we were shooting it without crew at all. So Alessandro alone, for the reasons of COVID, went with his camera, and luckily Evgenia and Emma were able just a little bit give a hand to him. So we didn't have any crew, we didn't have any proper equipment. It was just one pretty good but still small camera. And yeah, we just wanted to show you. We just basically wanted to show you Hannah and how amazing she is, right?
Yeah, just test run Sonia, and I think it's exactly doing that. You will all see how Sonia's coming to life already without the proper preparation of the film. This was like a day preparation towards the character. Only now Hannah and I are diving into the character of Sonia and working on it. And already she was able to deliver that. So I'm really, really looking forward to the rest. Thank you very much, Evgenia.
Yeah,
Very
thank you
helpful.
for joining, and speak soon to everyone, and thanks to everyone who watched live and in recording. So
Thank you all.
great. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, have a good day.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. See you later, guys.
See you.